As the summer solstice sun comes into alignment with Stonehenge today, I reflect on this moment astrologically between birth and death, and this moment in history of mass awakening for many and resistance to the violent mechanisms of oppression in our society. And this sun alignment through ancient sacred stones is closed to public attendance today for the first time, but also for the first time is live streamed to anyone who can watch it on the internet for the first time in its 5,000-year history. And at the same time, a revolution is being live streamed as major cities across the nation announce the defunding and reimagining of systems of authority and legislation in their governments. And we're meeting this great point of juxtaposition and change and rebirth. And we think about, and I use the royal we, not to tell you what you're thinking about right now, but just to represent the multinational juggernaut that convenes in my brain. We think about the Druids, part of who was responsible for Stonehenge, this ancient Celtic order of priests and counselors and judges and powerful prophets, healers, shapeshifters with myriad mystical powers who would honor the solstice at Stonehenge and other henges, and who were so highly esteemed amongst their indigenous community-governed society that they could effectively intervene between two armies and stop wars. A crucial source of their power was their mastery of magical chants and healing songs that were as important as any of the work that they did. The songs they sang for their herbs, for example, caused the herbs to heal the sick. And they carried the lore of their people as bards, singers, storytellers, in a large number of verses that they learned by heart over more than 20 years of independent study. And a druid named American invoked the spirit of Ireland when the Druids were first approaching Ireland and fighting opposing armies, and the opposing armies had brewed a violent storm that would make it so they couldn't reach the shores. But Armargan came up and sang this special magical song called the Song of Amergain now, that invoked the spirit of Ireland, and it brought their boat safely to shore. It went a little something like this, maybe. Am gaithimer, am tall tethran, am femora, am dan sekidiren, am saiginal, am der grene, am karai lubai, am tortogal. I'm Heilind, I'm Loch Ima Mike, I'm Rin and I'm Breed and I'm Breed Fold Frost Fuck Too, I from day del Basto Chinchoriu. Cold is not ein Kurres Lebe, Sian on Saita Garaisa Reske. Sia durilia kvuni treni, sia bia bura rugra terrak, sia brarak tibi, sia dam, sia delbas fraibru alandar su, siantorem gais ragdai. And after all the verses he knew and his mastery of magical songs, that really worked. And so I like to think about what power we have if we're musicians to cause great change in our society, or change the outcome of wars, or bring upon protection. And the bards and feelies were ancient classes of professional poets, storytellers, oral historians employed by patrons, wink wink, to change and protect the world through song. And the actual work and history of the Druids is elusive because they hid their teachings, and most reports of them were suppressed by the Romans when they were wiping them out of the British Isles and Western France. But to think about how we can take our modern songs and cause change, that's just something that's been a huge part of the history of society and still continues today. I'd like to show you a song that can be sung to herbs, because we're in a great time of needing healing for all kinds of new illnesses that are coming up, and that maybe Western medicine isn't able to counteract that well, and we need to return to the herbs of the earth and respect them and bring out their great magical powers. I don't really see why people don't believe in magic at this point. I mean, wake up. But here is a song that Millie Raccoon, my good friend and coven mate, has written when she is starting out work with a new herb. Right here I have chamomile for celebrating this wonderful day of the sun, the longest day of the sun. And chamomile is a sun herb that was given to the sun god Ra in ancient Egypt and was considered a gift by Odin. Is a offering for sun and masculine deities and alignment of the solstices through many different cultures. So we've brewed some chamomile, and before we drink it, we can sing a song like this one that Millie Raccoon wrote. And it represents the song represents different elements that are being gifted to the herb in order to give it power in our cooperation of combining our powers above and below. So we also are honoring the planet Uranus, which is a planet of pure magic. So we're bringing magic to the sun herb. I give you water, I am your daughter. Thank you for making me ready. I welcome you into my body. I give you fire to take you higher. Thank you for making me strong. I welcome you into my song. I give you air from everywhere. Thank you for making me smart. I welcome you into my heart. I give you earth, source of my birth. Thank you for making me whole. I welcome you into my soul. And so by heating up the water with fire and putting it into our natural mugs and our body and exposing it to the air, all of these are the ways we add these elements. So I hope you'll think about in your activism that you're engaged in this great mass awakening, the power of songs as prayer and magical forces that are just as important as a lot of the work you're doing, that will really bring out the magical power and ignite that fire under all your wonderful efforts. Thank you.